The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
As always, Basil Chapman here, and we're looking at a very interesting mark. Just wanted to show you this quickly, the rectangle formation that's formed right here in the E-mini. See this rectangle? This is the 10-minute chart. Shows it quite clearly. It has to break above 57.12 to really get going to the upside. Actually, it needs to get to 57.16, but 12 is really the first barrier in this rectangle formation, and we'll see if that's able to be accomplished. All right, let's get to our nitty-gritties. We've got the Dow right now. Dow INDU. There it is. The Dow is up 92 at 41,460. So what we did now is a technical Friday, so I'm going to talk a little technically. I said to subscribers, we've got the 3 times long UDR this is what, we've been along the Dow since 2020, and then again added to it again 2022 at these major lows. So we've got this as a trading position right now. So I said in leg D, we have no choice. We've got to take a little bit off, and so we've taken a little bit off. And you've got to D. You're just under the 200 period exponential moving technical Friday. So I'm going to go through this all very slowly because I know everyone's looking at, is it even possible to sustain this move? And all I can say is I'm going one step, as I always do, I go one step at a time. First, the daily. If the daily is successful enough in giving good parameters for the next move up, just as we go, look, here we go in the 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart has got to a leg D in the 1 minute chart in the E-mini, but it's stuck in this rectangle formation in the 5. So this is like the 1 minute is the daily, right? And the 5 minute is like the weekly. It's not exact, but I'm treating them as time frames. And then the monthly went to that peak G. This was a peak F in the 5 minute chart, and this has been stuck in a range. But what's really fascinating is, look, the 9-period moving average is over the 14 in the 1 minute chart. It has just gone back to being positive in the 5 minute chart. It's been positive all the way since early this morning. I remember it was about 6 o'clock. Yeah, it flipped. The 9-period moving average flipped to positive, and that's the way it is. Even with this massive move from 57.15 down to 56.75, it's still held beautifully. So that just says to me that the upward bias is being maintained, but the day is young. 10:20 is when we're going to see whether or not new buying comes in, and we'll see what happens. All right. So this is exactly the same thing. Here we go. Look, here's the daily chart. Think of it like the 1 minute chart. Got into the D. 9-period moving average is over the 14, but you've got this barrier, this 200-period moving average that it has to climb over. The weekly chart has gone to a leg B. I still haven't been able to get a buy signal. Not yet. I will get one. If we can get to 42,200s, I'm pretty sure that I'll have to give a buy signal to the weekly, but I haven't got that yet. And the monthly chart is still in a buy mode. It still looks, it almost got to a sell signal, but the price didn't go under the 14-period moving average. It's gone 3 times, but look at that one that went minus 18% from the 45,073 high down to the 36,661 low. And look at this beautiful Chapman wave Roman candle. Doesn't mean a thing until we have at least one price move over the high of last month of April, and going to 43,382.27 was the high. 0.28 breaks it to a new gray A. So this is really fascinating, isn't it? With all the negativity, you would have thought that the Dow had crashed 35% and it struggled back, and now it's only 12% off the low. No, this is amazing, right? It's actually 50%, almost more than 50% off the low. No, about 50% off the low. Let's go to the S&P. S&P right now trading at, here we go. S&P is, so Dow's up 111, S&P is up 23. 56.87 right now, and it's leg C. If it goes above yesterday's high, I think that's going to be tough, but let's just say it does, 57.28.10. If it goes to 0.11, it means that if it goes to 10 or 11, it means 10 is still leg C, 11 means it's continued with leg C. But actually what I am looking at here, and this is, to me is going to be very interesting, is that it is just over the 200-period moving average. Now, I did that before. I did that in March, and then it collapsed from the peak C minus, the dreaded H pattern. So this is more higher highs and higher lows in it. Didn't I? Oh, I did it with a SPY. I meant to do it to repeat it. Let me change that. Oops, did I just hit something by mistake? And to do that, okay, there it is. No, don't tell me. I just, unbelievable. It wasn't clumsy, it was absent-minded. That's what it was. Okay, that's fine. Look at the SPY. SPY, this is the S&P trading vehicle. This has gone to a leg C underneath the high that was made right there on the 25th of March at 576.41. We've gone to 570, I think it was 70-something, 570.31. A little difficult to see because it comes up over the colored numbers over there. So that says, if I'm correct about this left side, right side price time match, it's got until about Tuesday to try to get to that high that was made on the 25th of March at 576.41. And here it is at 566. I mean, that's a long way to go, right? And I don't think today, I think we just today's a digestive day. All right, so I want to get out of that. It's still, everything's positive except the magnet of the 200-period moving average at 562.47. It has to push as far away from that as possible. Here, the weekly chart is very close to going to a buy signal. It should technically on price be it, but I need the technicals to be improving, and they are improving, but not improving enough for me to say I've got a buy signal, meaning it should try to go higher. Buy mode means it goes to at least a D. All right, let's go to this quickly because now we're going to run out of time in this segment. So we've got up to 53 at 490.82 in the Invesco QQQ Trust series. Good action. It's gone to the channel wave inside wedge. Look, dash green. Target resistance line. It's just hitting it right now. It's done everything it needs to do. Just didn't get quite to the 493.62 level. I've got until what day is that? That's the 13th to do that. We'll see. Okay, IWM. And for my subscribers, today's overview video, I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into the IWM because it's still lagging the S&P. Remember, I tried to put the two together. I tried to put the XLF. So the IWM is up 61 at 201.79. It's done its left side, right side price time match almost to 203.33. That was yesterday. I haven't quite got there. And then the one that's really outstanding is 209.23. I didn't move it. It's already, I just didn't move it because I didn't move the bars to the right. There it is. And that says by the 16th. It should try to get into the 208, 209 area. Oh, man, that's wishful thinking. All of these, of course, have the 9 and 14-period moving averages as support. I want to go to, just as we go to the break, XLF, trading XLF, just quickly as we go to the break. Up 06 at 49.92, gone to a leg E, and the KRE, which is the regional banks. I'll put those two together, kind of stalling at the 200-period moving average. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, so as I'm about to go on with some of the other things we had, yesterday? I think it was a couple of days ago. Flash in the Den wanted to know about MGNI. This is Magnite Inc. And I did the analysis, and I said it looked very good. Oh, it must have been yesterday because it suddenly spiked higher. And today it's had an even bigger move. So it's tootling long in the 12s on Wednesday. Thursday, it tags 15. And today, it tags 16.25. So the question was, is this, I said, it must have been yesterday, I said, I'm going to consider that this is an F/B. Why? Because the 9-period moving average never even went negative. So I'm saying just continue thinking of this move to the upside as a continuation pattern. But because of the strength, I said, in your mind, I would still keep the notation, but in your mind, think of it more like a B/F. Why the dual notation? Because there was an instant restart. You went to a peak D, pulled back a fraction. The next day, you went to a slightly higher high. But then at E, instead of holding above the low that was made after peak D, the trough that was at 1206, it dropped sharply to the 14-period moving average at 1147 and then went sideways. So the sideways one said, this is a gray A. Why gray? Because it was under the previous high. And the second thing is, it just zipped. I don't know what it was, but it's a fantastic move to the upside. On-balance volumes overbought. But the stochastics at 92%, that's what you want when you're in a buy mode. The MACD is still expanding. So I'm saying instead of, now normally what I would do, if it just went a little bit higher, I would say, got to be careful because when you get an instant restart, this is called Chapman Wave unconventional flat base restart. When you take that out and then you go higher, that means there's a real good chance that you're going to come back and test 1162 if this doesn't start a brand new buy mode right here. So that, in a way, it negates this. The big move up just negates that as being Chapman Wave unconventional flat base restart. And it looks to me like this is just a continuation pattern. Therefore, technically, I'm saying think B/F, But on a purely technical basis, I don't do that. I just be very strict. I say, nothing wrong, but I'm calling it an F/B because there's an alternate count. And that covers a lot of what we're looking at. The B is something very different. It means that you've actually started a brand new buy signal. And if that's a buy signal, I have to almost immediately upgrade it to a buy mode. So everything here is positive. And what do? We look to the left side to see, is there a candle? Is there a gap? Is there something that I can draw a left side, right side price time match? So look here, I go like this. I go to that low, this is the plumb line right there. That is the low, right? And then I go to the right, click, change color. This goes pink because it was on the way down, or red. I just changed to pink. I want different colors to differentiate. And I go to the right, and then I go to this, the trough, the penultimate trough to the bottom. That's this one here. And I draw it to the right, and I try to match it to the high that was made, to the right. Let me just move this to the right. I try to match it to there, and that's it. So that's everything. So what has it done? It's just missed so far by pennies going to the target, which should be by, which should be by, I haven't even looked, I forgot what Magnite does. All right. So it has until maybe next Tuesday or Wednesday to get to where? To get to this high right here where the gap started. So that's 16.37, and today's high is already 16.25. So that's the way I would do it. And this weekly chart, we have to wait for the close, but this weekly chart is suggesting that at 1580, where it is right now, it's not going to take very much to get this into a buy signal. It hasn't done that yet, even though it's a fantastic move. It's a 50% move up from the high that was made back in what was that? February the 7th, 21.29, down to the low that was made just 5 weeks ago, at $8.22. So right in the middle. Okay. Hope that helps you. And this is no good. I have to give you the support. The support is the gap up. So the high of yesterday will be the first level of support, and that's at 15.13. And then the middle of the candle, I would say 14.50 is the next level of support. If it takes it out by Tuesday or so, that says, false move. You've got to be really careful because the 200-period moving average is at 13.69. So far, it's acting very well, and good. Next question came in. Could I do Tesla, right? Tesla, and I want to do coin because I was asked about that as well. I haven't gone to the Bitcoin yet. Tesla is trading up, peak A, peak B. Well, ho, that could be a C by a penny. So this high that was made on the 28th of 294.86, 294.78. No, so this is peak A, peak B, peak C. Okay. So Tesla's acting very well from the 214.25 low. And here we go. A, B, C. It's in a buy mode. It's above the previous highs. This is now a brand new A in the weekly, but that hasn't triggered anything yet. It's just an A. All right. So Tesla is looking very good. The support is at the 200-period moving average of 286, and it's in leg C. And the way it's acting, it should go to a D. Next question I had was, and I'll go to this step by step. Bitcoin is trading right now up 1,665. It did go to 104,000. What did I say? Yes, it did go to 104,825 in leg E today. This is one thing that's making me a little cautious is that we're getting all these Ds and Es except for the S&P, which is in a C. And that just says to me, this is where you got to be a little bit careful. You need those 2-3 days after you make a peak D to see whether or not you're going to recycle up, etc. But it's achieved everything that we were talking about just in terms of the notation, chap wave notation. It did it beautifully. So this is acting very well. We're still long our IBIT. So now I can say, all right, you want to look at coin? And coin is Coinbase Global Inc., a platform, went to a peak E back in November, December of last year, up just about 350, comes tumbling down. There was a peak D in the weekly chart, took out the 200-period moving average, And you remember we talk about double bottoms and double tops? Well, have a look at this. I forgot to type this in. I think I actually did it and then I lost the notation. 146.12 was the low the week of the 6th of September. 146.12, September, I think the 6th. I don't know. I was busy talking, so I wasn't listening. So the last low was right here on the week of April 11th, and the low was 147.58. Unbelievable. 147.58, 147.58. And that was, I think it was the week of 4-7. I'll just call it 4-7. No, I better call it 4-11. 25. And that's your double bottom. And now it's rallying, but the weekly chart is still kind of weak. The daily chart has gone, it's down 398 at 202.73. Remember, this is the one that I said it isn't acting quite as well as Bitcoin. I'll do a little bit more work on this, and when we come back, Basil Chapman, Dow's down 53.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Yes, and the Dan Roll mentions if China deal does not happen, we will see tests, and he looks at tests going down. And that coincides with the question I've just got here. So give me a second. I want to look at Coinbase down 274, 2 or 3.6. So this is the one I said I was asked about it about a month ago or 3 weeks ago, and I said, this is one that I have trouble with always because I always think it should. It sounds like it should. Coinbase Global Inc., it sounds like it really should perform well, but it doesn't. And right now you can see it's not the same chart. But let me show you. Look at the middle chart and look at the, let's go to IBIT because that would be corresponding better to it. And look at that. That's a completely different chart. That one's testing and breaking so far. The Chapman Wave inside wedge right there, target repellent line, a falling axe line, as well as the leg F in the weekly. So let me just go back, since the question was about Coinbase, and I it's coming down deeper than the others when they're pulling off the highs. That's the Bitcoin and in this case the IBT. So what I am looking at here is what would I see as support? Let's forget about the upside. I'm going to COIN. The upside, it had a lovely move. If it had held most of the gain today that was up at the 214s, instead of being at 2 or 4, 10 points lower, I would have said, this is working okay. The 9's over the 14. The MACD is good. The relative strength is weakening a little bit. Stochastic's weakening a lot. It's down at 71% instead of over 80. And the on-balance volume. So those technicals, I've just got the 914 to be hanging my hat on right now in terms of the daily chart and the MACD. Those are two very good things to hang your hat on, not the others. The others give you good clues about other things. But at this point, I've got this wedge pattern going to the top set. And I when I did this, I said, oh, that looks just way too aggressive. And that said that the high that was made on this candle right here on the 6th of March of 226.60, that would be a target, and that target was for the 14th. But I think I mentioned it the other day, that's why I drew in the lines, something about I would extend that out because this is just too aggressive right now. We were down here in the 204 area. That was yesterday, or the day before was even lower. So all I'm saying is watch the support, because if this takes out the low of the 6, 191, let's go to 191, it's 34. Let's go to 191. If it closes under 191, that really interrupts everything for the daily, and it spoils the weekly chart pattern, which was just beginning to strengthen. Look at the histogram of the MACD. So Coinbase needs very much very soon, Monday or Tuesday, it needs to get back to at least halfway of the candle today. I would even say it needs to get to 209. And by Tuesday, Wednesday, it has to be closing towards the higher level of each session. It doesn't have the same chart pattern. Not only that, I'm a little concerned in that Bitcoin is in a leg E. All the technicals are fabulous, but look at the room it's got to pull back. And look at that, Chapman Wave Inside Track repellent zone. Now it's the propellant zone. So that's a different pattern. So I wouldn't compare them. I'm saying there are two different patterns. I have to treat them differently. This one has been aggressively moving to very few bars rest, and then it goes to a higher high. And it's not at an all-time high. It's under the 110,975 Bitcoin. So Coinbase is like the third cousin. It's a couple removed from the core, and therefore you've got to be a little careful. I'm not saying it's negative. I'm saying it's not behaving as well as the other. You want to see those higher levels, certainly by next week. Okay, next question came in. Basil, would you be inclined to go short this weekend? Do you really believe China is going to give Trump a victory? Could China wait out the tariffs until the midterm elections and then be in the driver's seat if the Democrats take the House and or the Senate? How would you position yourself before the weekend? Because we could be up or down, huge, depending on what happens tomorrow when the U.S. and Xi meet over the trade war. Yeah, there's a meeting. Can you look at solve if you have time? Okay, regards. So, a lot of questions there. Let's just deal with what we've got. So the question is, we've gotten to a leg D, That's why yesterday I said for subscribers, we've got to take a little bit off. That's what we do at D always. Do we go short? Very often. It's when I start to look at going short in the Dow. But because the S&P, and I might be wrong about this, but because the S&P has gone to a C and still needs, it doesn't have to because it's under the previous high, but all the technicals are strong enough to say it should go to a leg D. I'm just going to say to you, I understand that scenario, and I've been saying for a long time, China's not going to just give in, or if they give in, they're going to give in so that the words sound like they are not giving in. They are firmly saying with whatever their philosophy is and the technicals, but actually they are giving in, but they won't say it out loud. All right? So I'm going to skip that. I can't go there. I am saying, though, that this is exactly where we become a little bit more cautious. The positions that we have for subscribers to the opening call, we've accommodated them as well. And the new position that we've just got is in an area that I think is, I don't know if anything's tariff-free, but I'm thinking it's got enough flexibility to raise prices a little bit. We got into it just the other day. It was brought to my attention. Actually, I've always followed it, but it was brought to my attention a couple of days ago, and I liked it, gave it a day, and then I said, okay, we're going to get into it, and we're in, and it's up nicely from where we entered, but the day is young. It's actually still climbing today, even though the market pulled back. So all I'm going to say is, here are the parameters to look for. Going into Monday, if the Dow, which is down 132, actually closes by Tuesday, I'm going to give it, I don't care. Tuesday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter. If it closes under this candle low, the low of the 6, which is at 46,759, then we've got quite a bit of time before you can anticipate a higher high, and we have to look at the technicals in a different way. If the S&P, so the question, I'm not answering your question. What I would say is, if you are nervous about what's going on, and you can see how quickly we can reverse. We were up 200 something, and now we're down 136 in the Dow. We were up 30 something in the S&P. Now we're down 17. So very quick turnarounds. I would say the S&P is a little different. I'm going to go under the 200 period, under the 14 period exponential moving average of 55.69. We're trading at 56.46. That's a lot. That's 50-something points. It's like 500 Dow points. Close under that. It says it's going to take a little bit more time. But those weekly charts are strong enough right now for me to say I still like what I see at this particular point. So I'll give you a summation in a moment when we get back of what my thinking is, from your question, what I think you might want to do. But we'll also look at Solventum, which is what you asked about, trading up sharply, up 2.67 at 69.30. We are still long this.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn. and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Eddie, just to go back to that question about GE, which is in a way, it's kind of a benchmark for me. It just does so many things that really tells you a lot about the market. Remember I said that double top, 214.31 was the high. If it can close nicely above that, we'll be watching it closely. Well, today it went to 216.12 in a leg D. yesterday, and today it's under that. The high was 216. Yesterday was 216.80, I think. Yeah, 216.80. Today it didn't make a new high. Day's young, but it hasn't made a new high. So we've got this potential little double top and a D, and that's just saying to me, over the next day or 2 or 3, you got to be a little careful here. Anything can happen. So what I'm going to recommend, just to go back to that question, is I don't think you play options. But if you played options, what I would do is you could just choose one of the indices, and you could just buy in the money. I wouldn't get too carried away. Just in the money, or just say, look, if it's going to go down, I'll buy out the money. So a few, just to cover yourself, and that way you've got a few out the money. And if it gets there, it'll make a lot of money for you. If it doesn't get there, you know exactly how much you could lose. You'll even have time to get out of it. But that's the only way that I would do it. I wouldn't want to change your core positions here. I'm liking what I see. Like for instance, GE would have to really tumble below 200 for the 9-period moving average to even begin to go under the 14-period moving. So to me, right now, things are good. It could change by Monday, but it hasn't. Then to go with that, there's a message here. FXI, GT says, FXI and Queb, large block trade out of the money put buying on the 20th of June, for the 20th of June and September expiration. And with the FXI, so people are preparing themselves. This is almost answering your question. So I just say, there's no need. I wouldn't get carried away with my core. I wouldn't get out of everything right now. You'd have time. If there's a big move down, you could say, all right, I'm going to take something off here, take something off there. Then maybe gold actually starts to move higher. Who knows? It's a little complex because the dollar is trying to rally. I wouldn't get carried away, but just get a little protection. And that's one thing. Now, the question about Solventum, SOLV, as I say, we've had positions in this done very, very nicely. It did pull back pretty sharply this last time. Haven't added to that position yet. It went from the low of 60.70. This is healthcare spinner from Triple M. It did fill the gap today. I don't know what the move is. I don't know if it's earnings, but it's at 69.33 up 270. The 200-period moving average right there is the 69.73. It went through it, but it's not above it now. As soon as this stock goes to a leg D. Normally a D, I wouldn't want to be buying in D, but coming off a low, you can buy in leg D. So what I'm going to say to you is today's high of 71.08. If on Monday there isn't a kind of a give back or saying, oh, that was a mistake and it's down $1.50, it's down below 68. Right now it's at 69.33. If this can hold steady, because it's making higher highs and higher lows, that's what you want in a bull phase. But the stochastic's only at 57%. The unbalanced volume is only moving now. Today it's got an L for the 9-period moving average crossing positive. So give it a little time. Let's look at it again on Monday. But I would say to you this, if you're in it, I'd watch 64. If it closes under 64, that's a problem. It says it's stalling and it might even have to retest the low. I don't think it's going to do that right now. But at this particular point, what I would say is it's acting pretty darn well. That weekly chart needs a lot of room to move higher, but the daily is improving. And if it was able to close any day, if it's able to take out the high of today of 71.08, doesn't have to close there, just take it out. Any day next week, I think that's going to be good. Let's look at it again. I still like it. We've still kept our core position, but we have taken nice profits and money management part of it. I hope that helps you. Next question came in. Where did it go? Oh, gosh, I had it right in front of me. I wanted to just mention, I spoke about it yesterday, but I was reading it from when I typed in what does Magnite do? Magnite provides a technology solution to automate the purchase and sale of digital advertising inventory for buyers and sellers. And I think that's a really good area to be in. I spoke about it yesterday. I forgot about that, what it was. But yes, let's just see if it's holding its gains. MGNI, is that what it was? Yes. It hasn't quite held the gains, but it's still up pretty decently. Yeah, that's very. I like it. I like the story there. Let's put it that way. Next question came in. Well, now I've got to fly. I did that. I did that. So why did UIS yet again suddenly pop to the upside? Leg D today. Unisys core company we almost forgot about. It was a favorite going all the way into the highs of 2021 up into the 28 area, and then it just tumbled down and went all the way down to this low right here, which is at November of 2023. It goes to $2.60. I would say that's a little bit of a 90% decline or more. Okay, so it keeps popping up. I don't know why. It's in that area. It's like what we were looking at the other day, and I said, these stocks that you don't even remember what they were. What was that one that, Eastman Kodak, you remember? Kodak. Kodak. I don't remember the symbol now. KODK, was it? Yeah. Remember, look at that big move. You remember they had that big move. It was dead in the 3s. Suddenly goes to 8. So some of these things come back, but then they stall. So, all right, well, I just want to look at that. So I have a couple now, the GNL on my screamer list for today. GNL, very nice move up. This is Net Lease Inc., Real Estate Investment Trust. I was looking at this the other day and said, investment trust, very interesting. Nice move today. I think it's going to keep going higher. It's at $8.11, up 26 cents. Peak A, under that is an A. There is another A. This is a B. Oh, very good. MACD is good. Stochastic's not good at 61%. On-balance volume is good. Relative strength is very strong in the daily chart. 9-period moving average crossed positive yesterday. Yeah, this is very nice. It got key support in the 780 area to 770. ECVT. I meant to do this today. I'll do it on Monday. For anyone listening in the den who does anything with biotech stocks, I've got a whole bunch of them that have shown up and actually pretty nice. Now, this one I spoke about the other day. I said, Ecovist Inc., sulfuric acid regeneration services. I don't even know what the heck that means. Of course, I do know what it sounds like, but I don't know exactly what it means. Fabulous move from the 520 area to 720 today. Coming alive after being pretty moribund. So I'm finding that some of these very small caps, there's another one. This one I showed up a long time ago, LL. Is that I or LL? I don't know why they make symbols that are so hard. I. That's what it is. Oh my God, look at that. Information Services Group, AI-centered tech research advisory firm. I was looking at this when it hit the 200-period moving average after the peak C1, C2, and then I completely forgot about it in the threes. And here it is at 464. Peak A, peak B, C, D, and this is an E. Oh, look at that, an E in the weekly chart. These things move so quickly. It's only up 16% today, up 64 cents at 464. Information Services, I.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, reversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento for the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
I got a couple of minutes here, and I just want to tell my engineer, Engineer L, my producer, I will do it. I've just been able to rearrange things. So Steve is out, and I've got a lot that I would still like to talk about, just in terms of prepare myself for this afternoon's overview video for my subscribers. Gives me a chance to do that. So let me just tell him, yes, I can do it. All right, good. He's probably listening to me right now saying, okay, good. Now, let's just do this, because I'm now going to have a few minutes, and I need that for the next hour with Steve's hour. I won't be doing his show, just his hour. So Solventum had earnings, and the earnings have been very good. I guess the result is that it's popped up like this, and All I can say is that within the context of what's going on now, nothing that I said before changes. It's on the 200-period exponential moving average right now. I don't know if it's impacted by the market at all on Monday or Tuesday, whatever happens, but I'm giving you price movement. And Solventum trading at 69.94, up 3.31, needs within the next, if this is going to be successful, it hasn't gapped up in the sense that there's a big gap and you're looking at it just is a very nice move to the upside, tootling along at 66s yesterday. Today's high is 71. That's a big move, but now someone's heard us, so it's above the 200-period moving average. I want to see at least a tag of 71.09 was the high today, a tag of maybe 71.20, just kind of get into the 71s, and then it can pull back. I prefer if it doesn't, but I'm saying I need that. If it just stalls here, it says, just a one-time thing. So we're end of the show. This is my Tiger Technicians Hour. So I'll be doing the news, and then I will do Steve's Hour, because as I say, I had a bunch of requests that have come in I haven't gotten to, and I will do that straight after the news, and I'll be doing the show 11 o'clock to 12 today, Eastern Time, and on the 9th of